Ah, yes, the Russian sleep experiment. Very fucked up. In 1947, a group of Russian researchers ended up putting test subjects in a gas chamber that was very slowly filled with a low level of gas that was meant to keep them awake for 30 consecutive days. As was to be expected, the subjects ended up incurring delusions as they stayed up for longer than 24 hours. At 9 days, someone ended up just screaming so loud and long that he tore his vocal cords. Eventually, the subjects didn't want the researchers to look inside, so they used their own feces to put torn pages of books up on the windows so that no one could look in. At day 15, the chamber was forced open and the gas was turned off. It was found that a lot of the subjects mutilated themselves, some going as far as to disembowel themselves. Many of the subjects were afraid that if the gas were turned off, they would fall asleep and a horrible fate would end up awaiting them. Some subjects were actually gnawing at their own flesh and eating themselves. Subjects that were allowed to go to sleep again very quickly died after falling asleep. And some subjects escaped and ended up causing havoc in the research facility, and they were needed to be taken out via use of physical force. One subject, right before he died, basically said that he had become an inherent evil inside the human psyche that is only suppressed because we're allowed to sleep. And as he died, his last words were so nearly free. And you know what we learned from this experiment? It's a creepypasta! It's not real, it's made up. It was actually a response to a contest trying to tell people to come up with the creepiest urban legend. And I personally think that the story is a little bit convoluted for my own taste. We don't know who wrote the creepypasta. We basically can trace it to a user called Orange Soda, but we don't know who that is. But it has been adapted into several plays and short skits, and we've actually seen some TV shows give takes on it. And for me, it just feels like a lot of the characters in this story do the whole say who you are thing. Like, the Thing identifying himself as an evil in the psyche. I don't know, make that be a result of like a brain scan or something. Don't make him come out and just say it. Anyway, that's the Russian sleep experiment, a fairly popular creepypasta that was created around 2010, and has been revamped over and over again up until recent times.